Hi.
That's great.
Hello to people out there watching us live. You must have the day off, or you're sick, or you're calling into work. That's what I'm thinking right now, is that you're probably just really sick.
Yeah, they're really sick.
Or that, or your TV's off. Your Roku doesn't work.
That's right.
Yeah,
Name all of the reasons why someone would be watching us right now.
you randomly stumble on YouTube like, whoa, who are these people?
I saw a live notification and then I clicked on it and then I unclicked on it. That's what I
I regretted my decision right away to do that.
do. I do that. I'm like, oh, somebody went live and I'll click. And then I'm like,
But do you
unclick, and then I just log off.
I feel kind of guilty. If I click on someone's live video, I have to watch a little bit of it. I feel guilty because I'm afraid.
I'm like, bye.
I'm afraid they're
Feel free to just keep on going.
But we're grateful you're here. Hello, welcome to Cinema Recall Podcast.
Hello.
I am Vern.
I'm Ashley.
Yes. It's been a while since we got together. How have you been?
Oh, you know, blocking bitches left and
Blocking
right.
bitches.
Cleaning out my man closet.
Your man closet.
Like, you're gone.
Soon I'm gonna be gone soon, but Vern,
It's okay.
you're out of here. So
Yeah,
far,
what do you bring to the table anyway?
whatever.
Friendship
I bring
and
friendship,
comedy.
friendship, comedy.
hmm
Cool concert tickets for shows.
Oh yeah, you did give me a really great birthday gift.
Yes. All right.
Yes. I had to keep you around till that is
just until that's done.
it's over,
Okay.
and then we're done.
And then we have the
Yeah,
closing
yeah.
test for you there. But anyways, folks, welcome here. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, thank you very much. We're available on Good Pods, Spotify, Apple Podcast, a whole bunch of places. We're also available on YouTube and Good Pods, all those places. So thank you very much. Support us on Patreon. Again, patreon.com/cinemacallpod. Because if you're a podcast listener, you're going to get the show early.
Do you want to know a really fun little secret? Is that I can't ever watch our shows.
You can never watch
or
our
hear them before they're released because I'm not a Patreon member of my own show.
Well,
Because why? So I pay $5 so I can.
I don't pay $5 for my own show too, but other great people do.
But other great people do. No, I'm just saying. Like, I've tried to watch it before. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I have to wait. Even I have to wait.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But I appreciate you sharing them. So I'll give shouts to our wonderful Patreon supporters.
Okay, do it.
At the end of the show.
Oh, I thought maybe we were gonna get it out.
Oh no, we're going to do that at the end of the show.
Mm.
But we have seen a few movies.
We have.
Out in theaters and at home. First of all, I want to talk about Barbenheimer. The whole thing.
You know, it was. I think it was just a real hit of the summer.
It was very.
I didn't think anybody knew it was going to be that great.
I didn't think either.
Barbenheimer, just Barbies and bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy the fact that you have these two very different movies, Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I didn't get enough sleep.
Well, we'll make this fun. So Oppenheimer, Barbie. If you don't know, Oppenheimer is a new movie from Christopher Nolan, all about
the atom bomb.
Atom bomb, the guy who created the atom bomb. And I was very excited to see Oppenheimer because Nolan was going to bring the movie back to theaters in film format.
Oh.
So it was in 70 millimeter and 35 millimeter. I got to see it in 70 millimeter over at the AMC Southdale.
Oh, that's cool.
It was very cool, except for the fact that the projectionist, he had a little difficulty
switching,
getting the movie started. No, switching wheels was fine.
Okay.
It's just when it got started, it was like off-centered. And 70 millimeter, you got like these tables of film about the size of the table that we're on now.
Mm-hmm. So like 6 feet by 4 feet.
And you had to have like a crew, usually with 35 millimeter. Because we went to Parkway Theater.
Yep.
Shout out to Earl Lux at the Parkway Theater. When he does the reels for 35 millimeter, they're a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
70 millimeter, you didn't have like a crew of 3 or 4 people to change reels.
Okay.
So did a good job with that. The movie itself was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why a lot of people love the movie because it is visually kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of tension and suspense. I just did not care one bit about him making the bomb or not. I wish the movie would have been done from other people's perspectives.
Okay.
Not just his.
Right.
I want to see the aftermath of people who were affected by the bomb
Right.
You know, like I think a really great movie that deals with nuclear war is Grave with the Fireflies.
I've not seen that. But go on.
The Studio
Do
Ghibli
tell.
movie, which is about these two kids in the aftermath
Mhm.
of the bomb, and they're trying to find their mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds gut wrenching.
It's a very much for those who have seen Grave of the Fireflies, it is a very serious movie. It's a Studio Ghibli movie,
Okay.
and it came out around the same time as My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, all right.
So they used to actually have screenings of My Neighbor Totoro
Mm-hmm.
and Grave of the Fireflies,
Oh.
because you have this very heavy hidden drama about nuclear war with kids,
Mhm.
and so they put that with a double feature,
Of something
With-
light.
heartwarming,
Right.
with My Neighbor
Makes
Totoro.
sense.
So I'm glad they did that with that. So that's kind of the same thing with Barbenheimer.
The only
doing-
thing I really heard about Oppenheimer was someone had complained, I don't know who it was, that there was there was like no main character who was a woman who had like anything to say for like the first 30 to 40 minutes. And I thought to myself, well, like, think of the era
Mhm.
that we're in. Like, this is about the atom bomb. We don't have to come up with a character so a woman speaks.
That's true.
Because back then, it didn't matter what the fuck we said. We were supposed to be making pies and babies and keeping a house clean. So anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Yeah.
all I heard about it, though, was somebody complained about that. I'm like, what a dumb thing to complain about. Because if you think about the era it came from, like women, I'm sure there were women in science, but there certainly weren't enough.
No,
Hardly any. So anyway, that's all I heard about it.
There are women in there. I mean, one thing I didn't realize about Oppenheimer does a lot of fucking.
Oh.
There's a lot of sex going on in Oppenheimer's life, because he's married to a woman, and he's cheating on her with another woman played by Florence Pugh, and you see a lot of Florence Pugh, like the whole Florence Pugh naked right there. So yes, that's probably the reason why the movie did pretty good in the box office. So
Florence Pugh, she's the young woman that was in Midsummer, right?
Yep.
Midsummer. Okay, yeah.
And she was a Little Woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cillian Murphy
Well, yeah.
is in there, and Robert Downey Jr. is great, almost unrecognizable. Robert Downey Jr., like an older Robert Downey Jr. And I'm thinking, is that makeup or is that just him being older?
Probably makeup. Because I've seen his Instagram. He doesn't look that old.
Doesn't look there. Okay. All right. So I know people love Oppenheimer. I thought it was fine. I do want to read some comments here, because I did post on our YouTube. Sorry. I posted on our Facebook group, Crack, as well as our Twitter page. I want to give people's feedback about Christopher Nolan movies. Do you know Christopher Nolan movies?
I mean, I know of like The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen his movies, but I'm not like versed in a lineup. Like I couldn't name more than that
The
one.
Nolan verse. Okay. All right.
But I'm sure once you name them off, I'll be like, seen that one.
Okay. So here's a shout out to all of our wonderful listeners from our Crackhead page, as well as our Twitter page and Instagram. All right. So Pete from Middle Class Film Class, his favorite Christopher Nolan films, last of all to pick 3. He said Prestige, The Dark Knight, and Inception.
Oh yeah, Inception. Yeah, I've seen that one.
And then he said afterwards, Interstellar is just after The Prestige for overall quality. So thank you very much, Pete. Check out his podcast, Middle Class Film Class. The folks over at the Screen Nerds podcast said The Prestige, The Dark Knight, and Inception. Mark Hoffmeyer from Deep Blue Sea podcast, and others, which I can't remember right now. Mark, I apologize immensely. Do not hate me. I'm sorry. He said Dunkirk, Inception, and Memento.
Oh, Memento. I liked that movie.
That's my favorite one of his.
I really like that one.
Yeah. That one, and probably The Prestige and Inception.
I've never seen The Prestige, but I've seen all the other ones.
Prestige is good with Christian Bale and Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
About magicians. That was good.
Oh, did that one have Jack? No. Wait. Did it have Wolverine in it?
Hugh Jackman, yes.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah, it did, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I have seen that actually.
Okay, good movie.
I just forgot what it was called.
All right, so back to my list here. All right, so Erlux from the Parkway Theater, shout out to Erlux. All right, he said The Dark Knight, Inception, and Prestige. Our buddy Scott Davis from Movieocracy said The Dark Knight, Inception, and Batman Begins. Nate Withrow, aka Bubbleweed from It's Time to Rewind, who you were on a podcast with not too long ago last year, discussing time crimes with him. He said Memento 3 times. Oh, shout out to Bubbleweed. He's doing a whole series about Memento on his podcast.
Oh, rad. Okay.
Where they talk about each of the times he goes back.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he brings him and Lisa bring on a different guest on there. All right. So he says also points to perception and points to prestige and inception. Point to perception. I can't believe I'm putting my words together here. Points to prestige and interception, not points to perception. That's not a movie.
It's not. You're correct.
So Nick Rehack, formerly of French Toast Sunday, and he does a show on Rabbit Hole Podcast, which I cannot remember for the life of me. He says Prestige, Dunkirk, and The Dark Knight. And he says he also saw Oppenheimer, and that's top 3 may change based on that. Our buddy Michael Fitzaris said Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Inception. Jeff Johnson said Dark Knight, Inception, and Memento. Lisa Leahy, wonderful host of Whatever with Jason Soto, said Memento, Inception, and The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises is probably my favorite of that Christopher Nolan Batman series.
Batman series, yeah.
Because of Anne Hathaway's character, and
Her
even
character sucked.
What?
Yeah.
She was
The cat.
She was
the cat. It wasn't even Catwoman. She was a disgrace.
Anne Hathaway was a disgrace.
As a Catwoman, yes. It was really lame, and they gave her really stupid punchlines. And
I thought she was great.
No, she could have done. And it's not her fault. It's the way she was written.
Okay.
But I digress.
Fair. All right. I mean, she can't top Michelle Pfeiffer. No one can top Michelle Pfeiffer.
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt. Really? Okay. You think
she was great as Catwoman? Are you kidding me? She was amazing as Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt was good, but I put Michelle Pfeiffer as one.
Michelle Pfeiffer's up there too. Yeah. I'm not saying.
And probably
I would say because what? Because Eartha Kitt was Catwoman on the TV series.
See, I even put Eartha Kitt below like Julie Newmar.
Oh, she was pretty good too.
As Catwoman right there.
I love Eartha Kitt. You can't sway me.
I gotta put Anne Hathaway above Eartha Kitt too.
No.
Yeah. But I know a lot of listeners will probably disagree.
Burn in hell.
Okay. I will gladly burn in hell.
I know. I'll save you a seat.
All right.
Save you a seat.
Sweet. Live in the same apartments. All right. All right. Moving on here. So we'll be
roommates again.
We will be in hell.
Good times.
Andy Schofield said nothing to add, just knowing that everyone posted got the right answer. Heather Bassendale Walsh from the podcast about Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Rabbit Hole Podcast, which I cannot remember for the life of me.
I'm terrible. Don't even look in my direction.
Sorry, I love you, Heather Bassendale Walsh. I'm so sorry, but you have a great podcast about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's on Rabbit Hole Podcast. Go to rabbitholepodcast.com. So she said Memento, Inception, and Prestige, and she says that I feel like all answers are correct. Tia and Cisco said Dunkirk, Interstellar, and Insomnia. Ooh, Insomnia is a good one.
Oh, that's one I haven't seen in a hot minute.
With I almost said Robert De Niro. No, it's the guy from Jack and Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams.
Oh, I was like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Well, who was the first person you said? You threw me off when you were like Robert De Niro. I was like, what?
Well, I think about Insomnia. I'm like, who the hell is Insomnia?
And then whenever somebody says Robert De Niro, and they're like, no, not that one. And then I'm like, Al Pacino. Like I always get those two. So for you to do the one, and then go, no, Robin Williams. Lord help you.
But Al Pacino was in Insomnia as well. So,
Okay.
You're right there. Got a lot of people making comments on here. Okay. So, and then Tony, oh, sorry, I missed one person here. Kristen Lay from the group May M.A.Y. She said Oppenheimer was really incredible. Tony Cruden of the podcast I was guest on, the Wicker Man. Tony Cruden from the Wicker Man podcast said Prestige, Inception, and The Dark Knight. Tara Grimer said there are no wrong answers here except Tenet. That would be wrong.
Except what?
Tenet.
Tenant? Oh, I've never even heard of it.
Tenet.
I imagine it's about someone who's a tenant.
No, no, it's that movie where it kind of one person's going back forward in time, and then they have to go backwards in
That
time
doesn't make sense.
to solve something. I don't understand either. I can't remember who's in that right now.
Okay, well, who cares?
We're moving on.
Well, I'll take Tara's advice and just know that it's garbage. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and then lastly, Evan Cream said Memento, Inception, and The Dark Knight.
All right.
So
all of those are great.
thank you very much for your comments, everyone. I appreciate that. But now we're going to get into our kind of thoughts about Barbie.
Okay. Sorry, a little kid walked by and he was cute.
We can't just right now, but we are recording these episodes at the Central Park Library here in beautiful Columbia Heights.
Beautiful Columbia Heights.
That's why we got this beautiful Art Deco background behind us here.
Two-tone, if anything.
Two-tone right there.
Definitely not Art Deco.
But
I would know. I would have pointed it out immediately. This is just basic. I think that's a whiteboard.
Probably is.
As far as I can tell.
We're drawing back.
Anyway.
So before we saw the movie,
Mm-hmm.
when the movie was just coming to be made and whatnot, give us your thoughts about the marketing.
Well, the first preview I saw was the Space Odyssey.
Yes, the 2001 Space Odyssey.
2001 Space Odyssey reshoot, but in Barbie.
Yes.
And I didn't know, I mean, they didn't give you any context of like what this movie was going to be about.
Yeah.
Except you knew that Margot Robbie was going to be Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited because I don't care. I fucking loved Barbies. I loved Barbies as a kid, and I still like Barbies. I'm not gonna lie, they're fun. I like to look at them. Like I'll go to Target and I'll hit the Barbie aisle just to see like what new stuff they have, because I think that stuff was always really fun, and my kids really liked Barbie too. So I was just really excited. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm there for it.
Yeah, like
because I think it's crazy that like people had reservations about it from that first preview, but like nobody batted an eye when there was like fucking Transformers movie.
Because
that was a toy in the 80s, and I fucking loved those movies. Those movies are great.
See, but Transformers didn't do an homage to Stanley Kubrick's 2001: Space Odyssey. That's what got me excited about the movie.
Remind me that I have something for you in my car.
Okay, awesome.
In fact, can you hold down the fort for a hot second? I'm gonna go get it.
Okay, I will hold down the fort.
No, I'll do it at the end. I'll do it at the end. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll do it at the end.
So when I first saw that trailer,
yes,
and they did the homage to 2001, I'm like, oh wow, I think only a few of us movie geeks are going to be excited about this.
Yeah.
And I was when I saw.
I didn't know it was frame for frame. I mean, I recognized the song, and the score or whatever, but I didn't realize it was frame for frame. So when I saw them next to each other playing frame for frame, I was like, that's really good.
Yeah.
That was really smart. I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we just talked about the trailer for it, the little teaser, which is the opening scene of the movie.
Yes.
Of these girls playing with this doll. You have Helen Mirren coming in with the narration saying, for years, little girls only had babies to play with.
That's right. And it was fun for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. But you're right. The opening shots they have is the exact same opening shots from the movie itself. And when I saw it in theaters, I was like applauding and laughing, and I must have been the only person in that theater.
Probably because nobody else got really where that was from.
Geeking out there.
Yeah.
And I was, and when I went to see it another time, I was geeking out at other references to movies like, oh wow, that's from that movie Playtime. Or that's the same outfit that Captain Deneuve and the Umbrellas
You
of
would know
Cherbourg.
that. I did not.
Okay.
I see, but you're way more into like movie geekdom than
I'm
me.
very much into movie
So
geekdom.
like you pointing those things out, and then I've seen a few like videos where people are like, this is reminiscent of this scene in this movie, and I like next to each other.
Yeah.
They do like frame shots, and it's really interesting. I think it's really smart.
And a lot of like when I watched the film interview with Greta Gerwig
Mm-hmm.
about her influences, and a lot of her influences are a lot of like French New Wave
Yeah.
features.
Yeah.
Stuff from there, homages to like the Red Shoes and Wizard of Oz. But yeah, the set design
Mm-hmm.
is very much reminiscent of those old Hollywood musicals where they use a lot of real sets, because most movies made now are just done with the green screen.
Yeah.
And not Margot Robbie, she's a producer,
Greta
Gerwig,
Gerwig.
and her production designers were like, you know what, we are going to make this look artificial reality.
Yeah, and I know that Greta Gerwig had reached out to the person who did like set design or whatever for the Truman Show.
Oh,
to
yes.
try to understand how to do the artificial lighting.
Yep.
So that was really interesting.
But yeah, good thing you mentioned
In Barbie World.
Yeah. Good thing you mentioned the Truman Show, because that was definitely one of the visual influences on there.
Mm-hmm. In Barbie World.
In Barbie World, yeah. But just kind of going into the movie, we're not going to go a big thing long with like Barbie.
Aren't we?
One of the things that I love the best about Barbie World
Mm-hmm.
is that they kept it consistent with how girls would play with those toys.
Yes.
Go ahead. I like the fact when Barbie, goes to a room, she doesn't just walk downstairs, she floats.
Yes.
All right. And when she goes down the slide, she's just on her toes into the water, and the water is like all plastic.
Right.
And she's walking on the water.
That's right. That's how it is when you have a Barbie dream house. The pool is just kind of a sticker.
Yeah.
You just walk on it. Yeah.
And her closet was very much like how the clothes were displayed
in the packaging. Yes. Which was really cool. And I really enjoyed how, like, when you see all of the buildings in Barbie World, how they don't have the front, they don't have walls. They just have a back wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then some interior walls that you get to see, because that is exactly how a Barbie playhouse is.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I liked it. And like when she drives her car, she's not even driving. She's like, hi. Or when she eats or drinks, that was really cute.
That was great. And then when she goes to the real world, and then that water spills on her, it's like, oh, I used to have liquids.
Or when she takes a shower and there's like no water.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard at that, and I think I was one of the only ones laughing. I was like, that's so comical, because it's like exactly how you would play with it in your house. Like, she takes a shower, but there's no water.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really I loved how they did that.
Yeah. So everything from dish design. And then I just really liked the storyline of her coming to her own. And I imagine for a woman that a lot of messages on there have to be a lot more powerful for you than this guy watching it. But I will say this, Ryan Gosling, Ken, very funny, especially when he goes back to Barbie World to change it around there.
Yes.
Him in the real world was great.
So funny. Like his realization. Like when the woman asked him for the time, and he's like, what?
You respect me.
You respect me. And then when he goes back to Barbie World, he's got like 3 watches.
Yes.
He's like, I've always got the time.
And I know that a lot of people other men have been giving this movie flack, saying that it's anti-man and everything. And some of you motherfuckers just gotta have a sense of humor.
Right? Not only that, but like, do you not see that that's how women were treated forever?
Yeah.
But you just can't, like, you can dish it out, but you can't even begin to like take it, even in the context of like a movie that it's like social commentary movie.
Yeah. And I don't think Greta Gerwig was saying this about like, all guys are this way.
No.
But a good portion of you motherfuckers are this way.
Yeah.
And you need to be told about your bullshit. And I'm grateful that it is.
And women need to be told about their bullshit too. So don't get all,
Yeah.
don't get your fucking boxers in a bunch, bitches.
Yeah.
Okay? Just pull it out of your asshole and just calm down, because for the most part, that is how women are treated and have been treated. And for you to see it, for men to see men portrayed as the accessory is like, I don't know why it's like, why are you crying?
Yeah.
You're such a little bitch.
I just love the way how the Barbies were trying to get their world back, and the way they got the Barbies away.
Oh yeah,
them.
yes.
The things they had, the scene they had about the Godfather was probably my favorite. Would you please explain the Godfather?
Oh God, yes.
Because I've done that before, and
Yeah.
I've known other guys that have done it before, so I am guilty of like explaining like, oh, Godfather's great. You just understand the themes of family and their crime family. So yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Kind of, like bullshit. You know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit? Our buddy Dave.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think he never did with the Godfather, and I love you, Dave. But I remember back in the day when we did watching movies with him, and we'd be watching it, and they'll stop like halfway through to explain. Somehow.
Did he really? I've never noticed.
Oh, he did.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I probably wasn't. My ADHD is so strong. I was probably like busy fucking around in another room
Probably.
when that happened. Like, where's Ashley? I don't know.
Yeah, as usual.
I think she went downstairs to like straighten up a bookshelf she noticed was a mess 3 weeks ago.
Oh, but here's some fun facts here about the Barbie
say.
movie that I found out about. So when Barbie goes to the real world,
Yes.
and she's at the school with those 3 girls that are there, those 3 girls are supposed to represent brats, that toy line of brats.
Yes, got it.
Because I believe their names that are mentioned are the first 3
brat
dolls.
That's really good. I did not know that.
That were good. And then there's a sequence where Barbie is on a bench and she meets this older woman.
Yes.
And she says to her, "Wow, you're really beautiful."
Yes.
And she goes,
I know.
"I know it." Well, that girl is
That
woman is the daughter of the real Ruth Handler.
So that's Barbie.
That's Barbie.
That's really
the original Barbie.
That's wonderful.
So I thought that was actually, so when she says that line, "I know it," that makes sense because she is the actual original Barbie.
Right. That's really great.
I thought it was a very kind of cool thing. So
That was 2. You said you had 3.
Did I have 3? I said a few there.
Oh, a few. Okay.
I had a few. If I said 3, I apologize.
No, I think you said a few.
That's just one.
And in my head, I was like, yeah, 3 or 4.
That's ones I could just think of off the top of my head. But yeah, as a comedy, what's odd about Barbie movie is that you have the writer of Marriage Story.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, writer of Marriage Story and the director of Lady Bird.
Okay.
They wrote the script for a Barbie movie. They were producing this movie with Margot Robbie.
Right.
And I found it to be an odd thing for a studio to give them this movie because they are known for doing a lot of the artsy films that I like and you've grown at.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the ones that wrote the story for this, and Margot Robbie produced it. I think that's a really great thing, and I'm hoping that maybe more filmmakers or producers will give the reins to their IPs to independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they're going to do with it. I think what producer Margot Robbie did, and Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, all of them just put together a really, really great feature. Very funny. It had a movie that made you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly made people cry.
Yeah, it made me laugh. I had a.
Did you cry?
Mm-hmm.
At the big speech?
No,
okay. Did you cry at the
big
speech?
Didn't. Well, maybe I did the first time I saw it. I cried a little bit. Yeah.
Did you cry at the speech that American Ferrera gave?
Yeah, that's the one. But what stands out to me is how I got told by a theater attendant to calm down.
So what? Okay. We were on the Lambcast to talk about the Barbie, but we didn't get into.
Oh yeah.
How did what scene was it in that you were laughing so hard, or do you remember?
I think it was when Ken has his like song, And he's like, but
I'm just Ken.
yes. And the row in front of us was also very rowdy. And one of them yelled something about Ken being hot or something. And I had a rebuttal. And then, but I was laughing really loud because it was a really funny movie. And I'm I guess too loud. I'm too loud. I enjoy a movie too much. I did say to the theater attendant, I said, I'm sorry for laughing so loud at this comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think it's so stupid when people get all bent out of shape because
people are
I
laughing.
can't help how loud I laugh.
No.
Like, I can't. I mean, I could, but then I don't enjoy it as much. And I'm not going to, like, stifle my enjoyment because you're a fucking crybaby.
Yeah. Those two producers out there in studios, if you want someone to give good reaction to your comedies, okay, please get my co-host here some passes to go see movies. Because if you made a comedy, it doesn't matter how bad the joke is sometimes.
I love a pun. So when people think that's comedy trash, I fucking love it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't give a shit.
She'll laugh at things that I'm surprised to like are funny, and I just think it's so adorably great that you laughed. When we went and saw that Studio 666.
Yeah, where I got yelled at by the lady. Yeah, I got yelled. I get in trouble a lot for being too jubilant, I guess.
Yeah, but you're just really into it, and I freaking love that. And,
yeah,
you bring a passion to the movies going.
I get into it. What can I say?
If you're at the Parkway Theater, shout out to the Parkway Theater. They never shut anyone up for laughing.
Thank God.
Never.
Thanks, guys.
So the Parkway Theater is always a great time to see movies because I went to see Back to the Future over there, and people were saying like comments and laughing at stuff.
I think that's great.
It's the Parkway is a much more of a community event, and you can become friends with other people and just talk to each other after the film is done with. So yeah, big shout out to Parkway Theater. I think they're absolutely great. We love them. We're hopefully going to try to do more work there later on this year. So
I'm going to go get that thing.
You're going to get that thing?
That's all I can think about. Okay. Because my brain is like.
Well, before you go, let's give our final score of Barbie.
Okay.
I'll go to commercial.
1 million out of 10.
1 million out of 10. Okay.
I loved it. I've seen it twice. I will see it thrice.
When I first saw it, I gave it only 3 stars.
Out of 10?
Out of 5. Out of 5. I only had 3 stars.
Okay.
All right. But then when I saw it again, yeah, it's a 5-star movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's
fucking incredible.
It's actually
really good. All right, I'll be right back.
We'll be back, folks.
Okay. I'll be right
Our
back.
YouTube shows will just be me.
It'll just be you. In a hot second, you're going to have to unlock this door.
Oh, yeah. All right, folks. So, hi. I don't know who's on here. We may actually get comments on here, and I'm not even quite sure if we're getting comments because I'm not really looking at this thing live. I'm talking on here live, but I'm not looking at the YouTube page live. So I'm hoping that I can, wrong thing here. All right. I'm hoping that we are live. Hey, we are live. All right, cool. Oh my gosh. I'm like looking at myself. This is that scene in Spaceballs where I can sort of look at myself, looking at myself. All right, we are live. And I can't tell for sure if people are watching this or not. So I apologize. I can't read your comments right now because I don't know for sure. Like, I click on my thing here. Okay. So no. Nope. No messages right now. There's something else going on new with the podcast that I should tell you all about. Not really. Oh, I will share one thing that I'm excited about. It's in the works right now, and I'll probably say this again at the end of the show, but I'm putting together a Clue audio drama. Very excited about that, where I have a bunch of people from Rabbit Hole Podcasts do the voice work for Clue, which I'm very, very thrilled about. I know my co-host Ashley will be on the show. We'll have other people on there as well. It'll be very kind of cool. So yes, very, very thrilled. And then what else do we have going on here? That's really it right now. We're kind of only doing the shows every once in a while just because of our schedules being too much. Yeah. Right. this part of the show where I'm just playing the audio ad spots for our podcast listeners. What ad spots am I going to play? I don't know. Yeah. Here. Well, I'm on here right now. Let's see if I get any more feedback from any other people on here. Nope. Wait, go here. I do want to give a quick shout out to JD Duran from In Session Film. It was recently his birthday today. Oh, okay. If you're watching the YouTube thing, this is going to be the really important part of the show where you have nothing to say and nothing to do. But know that I love you. Oh, she's back. Oh.
Which now I'm so annoyed about it, actually. It's been in my car since November when I got it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only been almost a whole year.
Oh, you're okay.
And then I go to get it the one time I freaking remember.
Well, thank you very much for getting me something.
Well,
that was nice of you. All right. Well, where is it?
That was
I had to hold down the fort here, and it was not easy to do. There's no one here to talk to.
I know.
Oh
Well.
What other movies that we did see that was new? Welcome back, everyone, to Cinema Brutal Podcast. I want to talk just really briefly about the Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, yes.
The Dial of Destiny.
Allow us to delve into the Dial of Destiny.
I'll say this right off the bat, I really enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a bit long.
I do agree with that.
But other than that, I really enjoyed how they used like CGI to make Harrison Ford young again at the beginning. That was pretty cool.
I was surprised by that.
I know. I was like, oh, they did a good job.
They did a really good job.
Yeah. I was impressed.
And I thought the storyline was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I even liked the girl that they have on there, which I cannot remember her name off the top of my head here. What is her name? Oh, yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Okay.
Who played the goddaughter of Indiana Jones. And
Yes.
I thought it was great that they did that and not try to cast someone else as like a love interest.
Right.
Because Indiana Jones is getting much too old right now.
Yeah.
And so I really like the fact that they did that. I thought that she was better than the other guy from the Crystal Skull.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf right there.
Shia LaBeouf.
Because I just
hiding in the bush. You remember that song?
Yeah. But I thought that Phoebe Waller-Bridge had much more chemistry
Mm-hmm.
and was a better actor. And I just overall enjoyed the storyline. It felt like a return to old Indiana Jones.
I thought it was
movies.
great.
So very much fun. I like the way that they incorporated Harrison Ford being older to have him do the type of stunts that an old person would do at the time. But yeah, I agree with you. It does get to be a little bit long in sections. I like the very first sequence of him as younger Indiana Jones, but I felt that part they could have just cut down.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like that was a little long. A lot of like the train fight.
Yes.
They could have cut that down.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I really liked it. I had injured my back the day before.
Oh yeah.
And so like I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought it was long. I thought it was long because my back was really like I couldn't sit in a particular way for a while. Like I always had to adjust. But I'm like, no, I really think it's just like there were a few scenes that were just way too long.
I think what makes a lot of movies long nowadays is that I don't know why theaters have to put over 30 minutes of previews before a movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you out, AMC. You do not need 30 minutes of trailers before a movie.
But also maybe start playing the trailers before the movie start time.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's super annoying. Like if you're not if I want my movie to start, if you say 7:15, like maybe play some older trailers that maybe the movie is still in theaters, and then like play one or two trailers that are like fresh and new
Yep.
that are coming in, and then start the movie. I don't
Yes.
want to sit. I don't want to say be there at 7:15, and that's when they start the 30 minutes of previews.
That's what happened when I saw Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
The movie is 3 hours long by itself, and then they tap in another 35 minutes of previews, which is really annoying, especially for people who are on schedules.
Yeah.
And they want to get, they have their own lives for work. They're like, oh yeah, 3 hour movie lasts perfect. I'll get here at this time. I'll be done by here, and I can go to work.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, and also I hate like if you're gonna have a 3-hour movie, give us a 10-minute pee break.
Intermission.
Intermission. Give us a fucking intermission. I want to refill my popcorn.
Yeah.
I need to empty my bladder and refill my drink.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of long movies with like and yeah, there's like apps that tell you where like pee whatever.
Run P.
But I don't.
We're never sponsored this. Both give a shout to Run P. Hi, Run P. We're some
But to be honest,
Hi.
like I don't give a shit. I don't want to have to leave any part of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss any part of the movie. I paid for the movie. Like I would like to sit and enjoy it, and like give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. Like
give me a break.
give me a break. Break me off piece of that Kit Kat.
Oh.
You remember when Kit Kats used to be like wrapped in foil and then
I
the paper
do
was
remember
around?
that.
Tasted better. Okay, I
Oh, you're
digress.
good. Okay. So anyways, that's right there. And then recently I did get to see a few movies over at the Parkway and Riverview Theater. Parkway recently did a 35 millimeter screening of Back to the Future, which was fun to see.
Awesome, I bet.
That was great.
You know, we were like switched seats this time. Usually your hand is like flying in my face the whole time and nobody can see your cool gestures anymore.
Oh, sorry. Am I?
Yeah. No, I take it back.
All right. But did see that, and then I saw over at the Riverview Theater, saw Barbie there again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw Chinatown not too long ago for their midnight show, and it was so.
What's that?
Chinatown is a noir thriller with Jack Nicholson
Ooh,
and
okay.
Faye Dunaway. Came out in 1874, and it starts off with a guy investigating this guy for cheating on his wife. This wife hires him, and then it turns into government conspiracies
Ooh,
and
scary.
whatnot. It's really good. It won like the screenplay it won the Oscar for best screenplay, and the script is considered to be the best screenplay of all
right.
time. It's now streaming on Paramount Plus. But
All right, cool.
I had a buddy of mine that never saw it before, and she was like, "Want to go see it?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." So it was late at night on a Saturday.
fun.
So yeah, so did that. And then I saw some other features, but I don't want to get into that right now because I want to give a shout right now to all the actors
Mm-hmm.
who are on strike right now. The Raiders and Actors strike.
Are they still on strike?
They're still on strike.
I thought they came to an agreement.
Did they come to an agreement?
I
well,
thought they had.
I know
I
that
could be wrong.
I know that certain studios.
All right,
that
hold
have-
now.
Well, a lot of independent studios are beaten with their demands, and so
Mhm.
they can make movies.
Okay,
It's the big studios that are having
got it.
issues
Oh,
still.
okay.
So, but I
Writer strike update. No agreement between, that's 2 days ago. But they're restarting negotiations. Okay. I thought I had read somewhere. But anyway, I digress.
but they've been having a lot of talk about AI
Mm-hmm.
taking over people's roles. You talked about Harrison Ford, de-aging him.
Mm-hmm.
They could use that same technology to make old Indiana Jones
Yeah.
without Harrison Ford.
Yes.
You look at Barbie, Margot Robbie as Barbie, or even her as Harley Quinn. They could use her likeness
Mm-hmm.
to make movies without them being there.
Right.
And I know,
Kind of like that Black Mirror episode.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
which is great, by the way. Check out the new season of Black Mirror. That's actually really good, especially the first episode. The rest of them are okay, but that first one was actually really good with Salma Hayek.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the gal Annie something. She's
Annie
the one-
Murray?
Annie Murray.
Okay.
Annie Murphy.
Murphy, sorry.
Yeah.
And so I put together, because I have ChatGPT, I'm going to do something fun here, right? I put together a little script read of ChatGPT because people are using this to make movies, to make scripts. I just want to have fun with the shit. So I did do a little script read right now. This is going to be just a little special bonus here. Actually, I'm gonna cut this part for our Patreon users.
So I won't be able to watch it.
Our Patreon, not
Yeah.
now, but no, you will be able to watch it on YouTube.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this for Patreon users, and I'll give a shout out to our Patreon users a little bit here. But pull up your phone. I gave you the script.
You did?
I did.
Oh.
I texted you the script.
So I didn't. You said, here's the script for a segment, and then there was nothing.
No, I did. Wait, no, fuck that. What?
Yeah, not fuck that. You didn't hit send, bud.
There it is. No.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. There it is.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna see. Because here's
Set the scene.
I should let people know this too, and I let people know earlier. I'm putting together a script read of the film Clue. A great adaptation of Clue. Ashley's going to be involved, and a whole bunch of people from around the podcast.
I'm not Miss Scarlet. Don't get excited.
But you're the hot maid.
I am, I guess.
Yes, the hot French maid. All right, so this is Read for Fun. We're going to do Time for Now. Cinema Recall Players presents. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun.
Ashley, right? Interior, NYPD interrogation room day. Ashley, a tough, experienced detective, sits across the Vern, a clumsy but well-intentioned detective, as they interrogate a suspect, a sneaky-looking individual named Tony.
Actually, we're going to be sitting next to each other, not across. Already failing. Okay. All right, Vern, remember, let me lead on this one. You just try to keep up.
Got it, Ashley. I'll be right behind you. Ashley leans forward, staring intently at Tony.
All right, Tony. We've got evidence that puts you at the scene of the crime. You want to talk before we throw the book at you?
I got nothing to say. Ashley raised an eyebrow, unfazed.
Oh, I think you'll change your tune once you realize who you're up against. Meet Detective Vern, the most feared man in NYPD.
Yeah.
Vern blushes, trying to play along.
Yeah, you better believe it, Tony. I once took down a gang of balloon thieves single-handedly.
Tony stifles a laugh, clearly unimpressed. Ashley shoots Vern a look, silently telling him to let her handle it. Sarcastically. All right, Vern, let's show Tony what we're made of. Detective Vern has an uncanny talent for solving crimes. I need my glasses. Solving crimes with his impeccable martial arts skills. Vern clumsily stands up, knocking over his chair in the process.
Prepare to be amazed.
Ashley sighs, face palming momentarily before composing herself. I'm sorry about Vern. He tends to get carried away sometimes. Now, Tony, let's get back to business. You're in deep trouble if you don't cooperate.
You two, you can't be serious. Come on, look at you.
Vern overhears the comment and tries to show off his skills by attempting a high kick, but fails miserably, stumbling in the process. Oh no, there it goes.
Ouch. Oh. As she tries to hold back her laughter, try to maintain her tough demeanor.
Deadly knee strikes are his specialty. I don't understand the script at all. This is why AI is not going to take us anywhere.
No, it's not.
Don't you guys worry. AI is not taking over. Like, we didn't get anywhere in that interrogation. That was silly.
Is that all they had there for you?
Yeah. Was there more?
There was the whole thing there. What the fuck?
I was like, oh, okay.
Was there more?
No, that was it. That's it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's
So, as
okay,
you can see, it's terrible.
Well, I selected all.
It didn't select.
It didn't select all there. We're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop that right there. But I just want to just prove that point that I just had ChatGPT write a script of a police interrogation scene, and we're just us, Cinema Recall, and that's what it did. Why did it make me the clumsy enough one?
I don't know, but it seems correct.
I don't know.
It's like they knew me. It's like they knew you. It's like they knew us.
Oh, that is true. If we did prepare in a comedy show or a police secret show, I would be the very goofy one.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, that's right. Studios. We need to.
I'd be the tough one.
We need to
Because
remake.
look at me. Tough.
Well, you're like the old like grizzled cop that's been like doing crime work.
Yeah,
for
I'm
like a
old
while.
grizzled.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're old, like
I'm the old grizzled one.
the very tough one that's
Yeah.
had a poke like everyone's bullshit for a while,
That's
and
right.
I'm the very much innocent, very clumsy,
Yes,
geeky
he's
guy.
definitely that.
That's just not quite sure how things work and very nonchalant and nervous and whatnot. But we're getting to the end of our show here, folks. We talked about Oppenheimer, talked about Barbie, Indiana Jones, the movies that are probably way older now.
We didn't talk about how you can buy my underpants. DM me.
Oh, yes.
Just kidding.
So.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I'm not opposed. I'm just saying it really wasn't the topic. I'm just saying I could use some extra bucks.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in some
weird
underpants, I don't know why I don't know why I said that.
All right. Email us recall@gmail.com.
Email me for my old underwear.
Yep.
Actually, email us. Vern has old underwear.
Yeah, I do. I'll do some old underwear as well.
Right.
All right.
You want me to wear an old sock? I'll do that.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
People just if you want to wear. So if listeners want to give you stuff to wear, you wear them.
Yeah, and then I send it back for mine.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Did I fuck it up? No, we're still there.
Okay, good.
It's all good.
Sorry.
We're all good. But we're gonna wrap up things right now. I do know that I was recently on, like I said before, an episode of the Wicker Man podcast. You can check out our guest spot on the Lambcast, talking about Barbie on there.
Oh yeah, you guys can hear me get talked over. That's fun.
Yes, sorry about that. Yes.
Why are you apologizing? You can do it.
That's right.
Yep.
You gotta get.
If you wanna hear a cool podcast where two women barely get to say a thing about
Barbie.
a movie about women and how we're mistreated, go ahead, take a listen. I'll probably never get asked to be on their podcast again over this, but that's okay. I don't mind.
No,
I do mind a little bit, but seriously.
No, it's probably. I do agree.
I wasn't a fan of how that one went down. But anyway, I digress.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening to us and watching us here at Cinema Recall.
Vern, are you gonna edit that out later?
No, I'm not. No, I am not gonna edit that out. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to talk to
it's
the host of the show about it, and I feel bad. It
was just poorly done.
It was,
and I wasn't the only, the other gal that was on. What was it?
Jeanette.
Jeanette. She didn't get to say a lot either.
Yeah, which I found to be kind of. I know that he brought people on to talk about Barbie and his great down women, and I was doing my best to just have women to say stuff.
Yep.
Because
that was my takeaway clearly, and that was a couple weeks ago, and I'm still. That's all I can think about when that gets brought up. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
Yeah. So.
One
last thing to say about Barbie is I would live in a world where women were presidents and I was just a lower person on the totem pole.
I would like that.
I want to be ruled over.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just want to
high five for it.
I just want to be put into someone's home closet and just have me be brought out.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
You want to be an accessory.
I want to be an accessory. 100%.
Vern can be your accessory.
Yep.
Take him on we could dress him up, make him into Daddy Barbie.
Yeah.
All right. Daddy Ken. Remember when we got you that sleek haircut?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and you could rent Vern as your accessory for a night.
For a night.
Also send us an email.
Yes.
we gotta be able to pay for our new equipment and shit. So
our new space here too. We got to pay for that.
Oh yeah, the free public library.
Cost money to be here for this shit, folks.
Oh, I don't even have anything to say about that.
But I do want to give a quick shout out right now to all of our Patreon supporters.
Oh boy, here we go
here.
again.
So shout out to Jason Soto from Rapper Podcast.
Hello, Jason.
I'll let me do this now. And then we gotta give a shout out to Jeanette Miller from AKA Jeanette.
Jeanette Miller from AKA Jeanette. I wouldn't use that take.
Donnie Roberts from the Deep Sea Anthologies and formerly of A Cage's Kiss.
What up, Don?
Linda Castro from Bed Knobs and Broomflicks.
Hey, Linda.
And then we have Matt and Ashley from Ashley at the Movies. And then we got Jen McQuaid from Shocked and Applaud.
Shocked and applaud.
Now, I didn't mention Naomi and Lydia because they're no longer Patreon supporters. It's just Jen.
Rude.
But it's okay. They put together. It used to be just Shocked and Applaud.
Yeah.
As a Patreon members, and now it's just a Jen. So still only
Just
one
Jen.
person.
Just Jen.
All right. So
Got
thank
it.
you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
And then lastly, our former guitarist.
Yeah, by the
your
way.
girlfriend Harvey. Harvey left our band. Your
But he's still
ex-girlfriend.
our Patreon,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. Thanks, buddy.
Him and Donnie are our top paying members. for
Ooh,
Patreon.
darling.
They pay the most for our Patreon.
Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
But
But also, we need a new guitarist, so hit us up.
yeah, we need more Patreon members too. So
Oh, well, I mean, there's that.
as
But
well. We need that more.
No, we don't. Speak for yourself.
But if you want to support us on the show, please do so by leaving us a comment and review on your favorite podcast app. Join our Patreon page, patreon.com/pod. If you are a Patreon member, like I said, you'll get audio version earlier.
Uh-oh.
Well,
How long has that been out? That's a question.
You know what? I'm not really sure.
Oh, well.
I'm hopefully I will just take the video from here and just do it that way. Well,
Does it just keep coming out now?
no, it's
Allow me to hold it in place.
what I hear today. Nope, because we stopped. Oh, god damn it. It stopped earlier.
Whoa. How much earlier?
Well, shit. A lot earlier than this because this should have been recorded more, but it did not. Damn it. Sorry, I will take the video off of the YouTube here.
Damn.
I don't know.
Anyway, how much longer do I have to hold this?
No, you let go now.
I want to hold it.
It's just right. You're good.
Yay!
All right, so I will have to take the video off of the YouTube
Dang.
and just do it this way. All right, folks. But thank you very much for checking us out. We love you all very much.
Thank you.
And hoping that you did, if you watch this on here, hopefully we'll be better at this because I really want to have the audio be here. Crap. All right. Anyways, folks, that's it.
Thank you.
Love you all very much. Take care. Oh, God.